guys, it's Joyce from Joyce Scrappin' 2, and today I'll be making this card for Tubular Designs LLC, and the stamp set that I'll be using today is this Stampendous Jumbo Hummingbird stamp set. I personally love the Stampendous Jumbo line because first of all, these stamps are very large, so they're very fun to color, and I enjoy coloring them in all different types of mediums. So today I decided to do some watercoloring. I've been hooked on watercoloring these days, and the watercolors are very popular right now. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. Here I'm kind of deciding what I want to use. If I wanted to use that flower in the corner or use these two hummingbirds. I decided that I want to use the two hummingbirds. So it's something different. And it's a very detailed stamp. And these also come with the free stencil, so that's a plus. So I have this watercolor paper, which is Strathmore watercolor paper that I tape down to the board because I'll be adding a lot of water. And I want to do some embossing as well. But first I'm kind of positioning the birds to fit the paper. And I have a couple embossing powders here. This is the Lindy's Stamp Gang Moon Pearl. I haven't used this yet. And I also took out some white pearl embossing powder. I was kind of debating which one I was going to use today, and I decided that I want to try out the white pearl. So I'm going to prep my card base after I mount them onto my Fisker stamp press. I'm going to prep my watercolor cardstock using the eKiss Access powder tool because I'll be doing the white embossing. So it's very hard to see the white embossing, so I don't want any strays. And I'm kind of checking to see if I got it out of the lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. And then I'll pour the Wow white pearl embossing powder. So you can see that white powder on those birds. And I'm just taking off the extra powder that's stuck to the tape. And then I'm going to heat up my heat gun before I bring it to the cardstock. And this embossing powder is very pretty. So I kind of had to press down the masking the tape. I'll be using the Peerless Watercolors today. I really enjoy these Peerless Watercolors. The colors are very vibrant and vivid, so I enjoy using them very much. So I'm going to start here by doing my background first. So what I'm doing is I'm adding the water first very carefully around the hummingbirds. I add the water first to the paper and then I'm bringing the color after I add the water. So the color will travel only where the water is. So I'm using a flat brush because I feel that I have a little bit more control as far as where the water is going, because I want it the colors right up against the embossed line. I don't want the background to be very dark, so I'm using a very light blue. If you haven't tried out the Peerless Watercolors, these are fantastic watercolors. It comes in these paper form, and there's a lot of pigment on that paper, which will last you a very long time. And now I'm adding some additional color just so that to give a little bit more interest to the background. So you can kind of see that the bird image. And then I'm going to use my heat gun to dry the background before I start working on the bird. If you have if you have a hard time staying within the lines when you're watercoloring, try embossing your stamped image first, because if you emboss the stamped image, because the embossed area will be raised up, that'll kind of help you to control the water a little bit better. So now I'm going to start adding in the colors for my hummingbird. I want my hummingbirds to be really colorful. I don't know if any hummingbirds are these colors, but I want my hummingbirds to be like multicolored. So I first started with like a turquoise color for the head, and then I used a hot pink, very bright pink for the body, and I kind of blended where the turquoise and the pink kind of meet, and that created that purple. So it's like a three-toned body. And for the wings as well, I added the turquoise color, and now I'm adding this bright yellow, and again I'm blending where the two colors meet so that the turquoise and that yellow is gonna kind of create like a greenish tone. So when you emboss the image like this, it's very easy to color because you don't really have to pay attention to the added details, because the embossing powders will resist the watercolor. So again, I'm adding the water first, and here I decided to use a purple and a yellow, but I mean purple and a pink here. So I'm adding the color and kind of dragging a little bit of the color. And again, for the wings, I decided to use the purple and the yellow. But I'm not really going to blend those two colors together because it would turn brown. So I'm trying to kind of keep them a little bit separate. And I'm going to kind of go back and forth to deepen up some colors here and there. As you can see, I kind of added the pink. And now I'm coloring in the eyes. I think these hummingbirds came out really pretty, but I don't know if you can see that little dot at the bottom. I accidentally dropped some watercolor and I couldn't get that off. So I decided to just flick on a couple colors because I couldn't remove that spot. So this basically finishes off the coloring portion. I dried everything and now I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and I'm stamping it in the using this Lawn Fawn's black ink, and I really like this ink because it comes off of the stamp like completely, doesn't dye your stamp. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind them being dyed, but that's what I noticed. So I'm prepping my A2 size card base here, and I decided to back this watercolor piece to a black cardstock. I'm adding a lot of adhesive because it did warp a little bit even though it was taped down to the board. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach it straight onto my card base. So it's a very simple watercoloring. Decided to add some sequins. Tubular Designs LLC has tons and tons of different sizes, colors of sequins. I'm using the sparkling clear, or I don't know if this is clear or moonshine, but the Cartwright in 3 different sizes, 6, 4, and 2. So this is the card here. I put some stickles on the wings to give it that sparkle, and this finishes off my card for today. I thank you guys so much for stopping by, and check out these Peerless Watercolors as well as this stamp set, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.